if you are going through the dark night of the soul, then you will be finding yourself asking these three questions. These three existential questions are almost at the heart of the dark night of the soul. You see, these three questions are: number one, who am I? Number two, what is this? And number three, why am I suffering? You see, this is the dark night of the soul at its core, these three existential questions. And often when we find ourselves encountering these three existential questions, we feel that, the answer can be found outside in the world, or we can intellectually find the answer to these questions, which is not the truth. These three questions are gateway to your own enlightenment. These three questions are not just questions where there is some ready-made answer or you can find an intellectual answer. They are doors. They are doors to finding out who you truly are. You see, and this is what I want to share with you today, that if you are going through the dark night of the soul, and if you are encountering these three questions, what these questions represents and how to actually embrace them so that you can receive your enlightenment, right? Now, before I talk about these three existential questions, the first thing that I would like to shed a bit of light on is dark night of the soul itself. Now, when I am talking about dark night of the soul, what I want to mention first is dark night of the soul essentially is a transition phase that comes to us when we are about to ascend to a higher stage of consciousness. I always say this, that when the soul desires for ascension, life gives you a dark night of the soul. And the soul gets confused. Like, what? This is not what I want. This is not what I asked for. But life knows what it's doing. The universe knows what it's doing. The dark night of the soul is a transition phase where we experience a lot of spiritual suffering. But that spiritual suffering becomes a catalyst for us to go inwards and find the things that we need to find out about ourselves so that we can leave our old version and arrive at our higher version. This is what I experienced in my own journey. I experienced Dark Night of the Soul 2 times. The first time it was not over, so it came another time with a bang, and that is when I ascended to fourth density stage of consciousness, which I refer as wizard consciousness, which my entire channel is about. Right? Now, these three existential questions. As I mentioned, the first question is, who am I? Right? So you have probably noticed that if you are going through the dark night of the soul, this question is like suddenly very important. You have lived your life, you have grown up, you have done so many things, but you never really pondered as intently about this question, this existential question, like, I even don't know who I am. I mean, where did I come from? Where am I going? Who am I? Right? Now, here I want to bring this, that usually when we encounter a intense question, a soul question, an existential question such as this one, which is about the fundamentals of who you are, because you are living in reality and you don't know who you are. You are not your name. You're not your body. You are not even your mind. Who are you, right? And then when such a longing comes, usually the mind grasps for something, like it needs an answer so that it can fit and become calm, right? Because the mind is unstable in the face of that question. So what we usually happens to do is that we start looking for answers in the outside world. We seek answers in religion, we seek answers in other people, we seek answers in sometimes even in spirituality. Okay, but the real spirituality, or what I refer to as the spiritual journey, is nothing about the external. It's about your internal journey. And these questions are never going to be answered by somebody else's. You see, because this question is about you, and you are going to answer it. And that answer is not going to be intellectual either. It's not going to be just a statement, oh, I am this, done. And I'm not going to tell you the answer either, because, as I said, these questions are gateways. Like the second question, what is this? You will notice immediately after who am I, this question might come about again, that I don't know not only who am I, but I don't even know what this is, what reality is. I've been living in it, I've been engaging in it, I have so much investment in it, I've been so much entangled in it, but I do not know what it is in its essence. And you will start seeking answers again. But then you will again realize that this is an existential question. Actually, these three questions are one and the same. The third question, that is, why am I suffering? Because these two questions, once you are not able to find the answer, you are going to become unstable. You are going to start falling into an inner chasm. You're going to fall, because the mind will realize that it has nothing in its arsenal to answer these questions, and it can't find answers anywhere. You see, and again, this is why a lot of people in the spiritual awakening journey, and history has been proof of this, they seek support of religion, where they can find ready-made answers for these questions. But these are just like band-aids. You see, if you find an external solution for an internal problem, it's just a band-aid. Once you rip that band-aid open, the wound will be still festering there. You see, that's why it is very important to recognize that these questions are not questions. Who am I? What is this? And why am I suffering? Because suffering will begin immediately when you start encountering your dark night of the soul, when you are going to encounter these existential questions, and you are going to realize soon enough that these questions are not just questions. They are gateways. They are opening a portal within you so that you can look within. First time you will be looking within. First time you will be looking at reality with your inner eye. You see, and that is what is opening up for you. These questions open up to a new possibility. Every time you encounter this question, they detach you from your attachments and make you aware of so many things that you are. You see, so when you encounter this question, this is what I want you to remember. Now, how are you going to maneuver through this dark night of the soul, right? Now, dark night of the soul can be intense, but essentially, at least about these three existential questions, this is what I am going to recommend to you. That is, it is very important that you understand the role of your inner guidance system, the role your intuition plays, because in this journey, you are not alone. Your higher self is constantly guiding you, okay? When you encounter these questions, you will find yourself seeking, you will find yourself introspecting, but there's another thing that I'd like you to keep your mind on. That is to follow your inner guidance. That is to follow your inner resonance. Do what resonates with you, right? Because when you will start following your inner guidance, when you will start following your resonance, following your heart's desire, it might seem that they are taking you in a journey that is not connected with the problem at all, but they will always take you to a higher vibrational place, to the place where you are meant to be. And in doing that, you will rise to your higher version, and you will be able to receive the clarity, the enlightenment, and the growth that these questions are trying to give you. You see? Because the dark night of the soul is a transition phase, which means at the end, you are supposed to become a butterfly. At the end, you're supposed to grow into your higher version, right? So allow yourself to not become too engaged with these questions, because sometimes getting too focused on the problem can make you disharmonious, which is not what the ascension journey is about. The ascension journey is about moving towards higher level of harmony. Engage with these questions. Allow yourself to go inwards, but maintain your inner harmony. connect with your inner guidance and do what resonates with you. If you keep doing that, the answers to this question will flow to you. It will come to you. You will see it. Realizations will come, downloads will come, clarity will come, and you will not have to do a thing about it. This is how my journey has been. My questions have been answered without my doing anything. One day all those questions got answered and I was like, how? How did they get answered? I mean, how am I resolved? How did it all happen? All I did was follow my inner guidance. So follow your inner guidance, right? So if what I've shared with you has resonated, let me know in the comments, and let me know what are some of the challenges you are experiencing in your awakening journey. And I have something exciting that I would like to share with you, is that I am currently writing newsletter posts. These are almost approximately 1,000 to 2,000 words long, where I share my wisdom, guidance, and downloads about the spiritual awakening journey, so that you can live magically and ascend to the fourth density stage of consciousness, which I refer to as wizard consciousness, which is my entire channel is based on, right? If you want to receive my personally handcrafted newsletters in your inbox, then all you have to do is sign up for my newsletters. Link will be in the description of this video, right? And if you would like to have a private one-on-one interaction with me, I am currently offering one-on-one spiritual integration sessions. These are usually 1 hour in duration. If you want to have a private coaching session with me, receive my personal guidance so that I can help you with your challenges in your awakening journey, reach out to me through my official email address. It will be in the description of the video. Reach out and I will share with you how to book a session, right? If you have enjoyed this video, do give this video a like and share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel and have fun. I'll see you again soon.